All right, so getting here, ready to start playing a little Beach Boys today. This will show the snowpack. It's pretty darn impressive. I mean, if you look at my car and then look at the snowpack, I have to tilt the camera to show where the snow is. So I'll be heading out to Basin Peak today. It's about roughly 10 miles round trip, backcountry ski. Climbing is around 2,000 feet. Nice, relatively southern exposure, which is good on these earlier spring days. So should be really spectacular. Because of all the snow coverage, the rocks will be covered really well. There will be some really deep tree wells out there. So in these heavy snow years, you've got to really watch out for those. You do not want to fall into a deep tree well. All right, there are my skis and poles. The skis have skins on the bottom. It's a unidirectional fiber, so they slide easily forward, but resist slipping back. And you can see just the tail of the skin and how it hooks on the tail of the ski. And then here's Interstate 80, truck heading by. And then in the distance, that's Boreal ski area. And you can see they've got a parallel giant slalom set up on the court, on the runs up there. Pretty cool. Beautiful, gorgeous day. Okay, so now we're looking at Castle Peak. I'm just a little ways up. I'm just under 1 mile from where I parked. This meadow in front, if you go into the edge of that meadow, the far right edge, you can go east. And if you stay south of Castle Peak up there and go east, you can eventually climb Frog Lake Cliffs. And so there's a lot of snow. And then this is the trail that I'm working my way up on. I'm working my way up toward Castle Pass, which when you look at Castle Peak, you go down to the left and it finally flattens out. It's hidden by those trees, but right in the middle of those trees is Castle Pass way back there. All right, so now we're seeing kind of the west facing, maybe just the slightest bit, west-west, southwest type of exposure of Castle Peak. And then again, if you had wanted to go to Frog Lake Cliffs, you would have cut off to the east and gone well below that snowy ridge that you can just barely see. And then you curl up to the east of Castle Peak, and then you can see up there the left shoulder of Castle Peak is heading over toward Castle Pass, so getting a little bit closer. All right, I've gone just under 2.25 miles in about an hour, and this is where you climb up to get onto Castle Pass. So I'm getting pretty darn close to the pass. Probably be about 2.5 miles from the car, or a little less by the time I'm at the pass. And there goes a split boarder who passed me a while back when I was taking video. All right, so now at Castle Pass, first I'm looking north, and there's a depression in there called the Hole in the Ground, where the famous Hole in the Ground mountain bike ride goes. And then just to the right of those trees, to the left of the lone tree, is Basin Peak back there. And then here is Castle Peak again. And then here's looking from the pass back south toward all kinds of north-facing peaks, including Tinker's Knob and Anderson Peak, which hopefully Derek and I will be skiing that. The Sugar Bowl to Squaw Valley ski goes right past both those two biggest peaks back there. All right, so I found Derek. There's Derek's dog, Kita. Hi, Kita. Aw, good girl. She's pretty skittish with men. Here is Derek. All right. all this beautiful terrain, and then in the distance there is Andesite Peak. So on the way out, maybe we'll add that. We'll see. All right, that adds a, kind of makes it almost just as easy getting out, because then you avoid that road. All right, so there's Derek and his dog Kita again, and there is Basin Peak, our destination in the distance, and down low is the Castle Valley, which is a gorgeous valley in the snow, and then wow, in the spring. This year it'll be very late, probably in, I don't know what, June or even July, but that becomes just beautiful with wildflowers. All right, so here's Castle Valley and Basin Peak in the distance, and then that ridge is a long, long ridge that eventually connects back with Castle Peak. But today, our destination is Basin Peak out there. So we're near the top of Basin. But the wind is just crazy, way beyond what they... Quite a spectacular view all the way around, but we're going to forego that last little bit. It's just flat out crazy. Derek and Kita, yeehaw, they're going to tear it up. Yeehaw. Now from down below, Derek was able to video me descending as well. I'm a little hard to see yet, but I should be appearing soon. Snow transitioned to a deeper, wetter slush just toward the very bottom here, so it definitely got a little bit trickier. It was ego snow up at the top where we didn't video.
Well done.
All right, so here's Derek and Kita again, and this is the Peter Grub Hut. Holy Toledo. It is buried. Amazing. Isn't that cool, Kita? Wow. So they gave up on keeping it open at all, it looks like. And there goes Derek right over the top. No problem. That's remarkable. That hut is, I don't know, the top of that? It's got to be about 20 feet tall or so.
At least.
Maybe more, yeah. All right, so here's the front entrance of the Peter Grub Hut, and actually we can smell a little smoke, so somebody must have overnighted and had a fire. And you know, today's Saturday, so probably tonight too someone will be down there enjoying it. Kita's curious about it. What is it down there, Kita? What is that?
All right, well, I spent 8 years on the Tahoe Backcountry Ski Patrol, and most of the weekend patrols we did were this area, so I got to know it really well. I've never seen the Grub Hut with this much snow on it. We maintain a cache in a tree over that way of emergency equipment. Usually you have to take a big ladder up to it, but I bet you it's has to be dug out now.
That's remarkable. And in terms of any rescues, did you ever do like multi-day search and rescue?
No, really didn't. Most of it was just we participated in a few searches, and we had teams out where there were helicopters searching. But yeah, people got choppered out. We never had to really assist with any evacuations.
Okay, good deal. Yeah, well, thanks for your work with that too. I mean, it's fun but hard work.
Yeah, I miss it. It's a great group of people.
And Kita's the new patrol dog, huh, Kita? All right, so that was a wonderful little easier ski mountaineering trip today. I was on AT skis that are free heel going up, but then they clip in to the binding for descending. So as you can see from the video, we're tearing it up in alpine ski mode coming down. Both Derek and I have a fairly light setup. He has a super light setup, which really allows you to fly during the touring portion of the skiing. So the round trip walking from the snow park at the Donner Pass exit of Interstate 80, it's about 9 miles round trip up and down to Basin Peak, and around 3,000 total. There's a ridge that you go over twice, and that's what brings it up close to about 3,000 vertical or so. And we went a little bit slow today. I'd been down south for 6 weeks at the harbor, and so I was definitely not as acclimatized as normal. So it took us about a little over 5.5 hours. Normally it probably takes me more like 4.5. But beautiful, beautiful day out there. And that is an incredible spring season corn snow. We had beautiful, beautiful corn snow for our descent. So I would highly recommend that one. There's so many other great backcountry ski outings available around the Truckee, North Tahoe area. And of course, South Lake Tahoe and Carson Pass have all kinds of great trips as well. And over time, I'll go out and show you some of those as well.